Okay, I just finished listening to the Four Bats album. Four Bats, somebody that like I remember when he first came out. I mean, there was a lot of, I would say, hype, and maybe hype isn't the right word. It was more so a lot of notoriety when it came to him because he had a very specific aesthetic presentation, like the whole ski mask while you're singing R&B with a pitched up voice, the way that he was rolling out his songs. There was like a moment where, like, when he first came in the game, people were like, "Who the fuck is this?" Um, Me personally, I never like loved his music. I thought his music was like always a vibe, but it did sound like the music of somebody who had just started making music. And after that moment that we had, and after the narratives of, like, he's doing Brent Faiyaz nachos, and we hadn't heard like Brent Faiyaz music we loved in a while. I feel like the hype for him kind of died down, but he still continued to make music. But I decided to tap back in with this album, Still Shining. Release an album, you know what I'm saying? It's about 38 minutes long, and honestly, the best thing I could say about this album is that Four Bats is improving as an artist. That's the biggest compliment I can give him. I think he is improving. Um, I think he has great ideas for the R&B songs, but I think he suffers from, like, he's just, I don't know what it is about him as an artist. I don't know if it's the lack of singing ability or if it's the lack of like great songwriting, but he's not able to come and get these ideas into, like, get them out of his head and put them like in a song and it sound great. Unfortunately, here's the thing though, with this album, I do think like his technical ability improved for sure. There was songs like, I think, first of all, the album ended. I don't want to start the review with the ending, but the outro is probably his most beautiful song yet. Like, he actually sounded good. It was pretty well written. It was like it was great. There's other songs like, I think Big on You is like a banger. Like, that's probably gonna go crazy. The song with Leon Thomas, which for Leon Thomas standards wasn't the greatest song I've heard, but it still was a pretty good song. Like, there's songs like that that are gonna work. And overall, if you were to play this album in the background, I know we keep coming back to this. We keep coming back to this on this album because we, especially on Twitch when we're listening to this, we're listening to as much music as possible. We're trying to consume what was being put out there. And so we're playing and we're listening and we're paying attention to music that we normally would probably just ignore because it's like it's not our bag. But I do think as I'm listening to more music, like on a mainstream level, I'm learning to appreciate albums that curate a vibe. And I do think with this album, like 2 tracks into it, I found myself being very critical of him. But at a certain point, I'm like, you know what? Let me sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. And when I did that, I actually was having a lot of fun. It was around like when the Leon Thomas track came on, Big on You, My Little Shooter. Like, even the Twerk song, which based on the name of the song called Twerk Song, I thought, I don't think this is going to be too good. But even that I kind of enjoyed. I was enjoying myself a lot, and I'm like, okay, I can enjoy this for what it is, which is like, he just simply doesn't have, I think, in my opinion, the ability to make these songs great. At best, they can be good. In the best songs, it's kind of that. It's like him like taking his skill set and upping it up a level, not like 3-4 levels, like where it's like really good, but it's at least good. But unfortunately, there is a run in the middle, like around Could We Last Forever, where he's doing the Chris Brown 80s pop R&B nachos, where it kind of like, it really like becomes kind of like, okay, I've been taken out of the vibe entirely. There's some good features on here, like Flo and Maxwell Cream and Zillionaire Doe, and the previously mentioned Leon Thomas. I think all the features did good. But in the middle section of the album, it kind of falls apart a little bit. I think culminating in the song, I believe, You, which sounds like a fucking Teasel touchdown song. For whatever reason, Four Bats was like, I can do Teasel touchdown nachos. Like, no problem. And I'm like, I don't think you can, big dog. I don't think you can. But thankfully, I think the last 3 songs, in Can You, Miss Walker, and Let's Press Play, he gets us back there. And it becomes fun. Is it Can You or You, Chubbs? Which one is it? It's one of those two. But at a certain point, he starts doing a Teasel touchdown like nachos, and I was like, I'm out. But regardless, I think this is probably, I don't know if I would say this is his best album because I don't think I heard his last album. But as an artist, tapping back in after all the hype has died down and now it's just him creating his fans and cultivating like his own like environment musically. I do see promise. I do see like a good like, I think he has potential still. This weird to say that about somebody like 2 years into the music, right? And like with 3 albums out or whatever, 3 projects. But I do think he has a lot of potential. So I'm excited to see what he does next. Just get a songwriter next time.
Potty mouth. Stop playing.
Well, hello, potty mouth.